Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with Sharon Flax Brutus, who is the founder of White Oleander Destinations in the British Virgin Islands. It's a destination management company, and it's fairly new. So we're going to talk with Sharon about that, and obviously the topic du jour, which is how everyone's dealing with the COVID-19 crisis. And you're going to hear all about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Sharon, first of all, where are you? I assume you're in the British Virgin Islands, and how are you?
I am actually, yes, in the British Virgin Islands in Virgin Gorda. I live on Virgin Gorda. It's like we say a little dot on the map, 8.5 square miles. And we're doing okay. Islands, the entire British Virgin Islands, we're not on lockdown, but our borders are closed currently to visitors. So it's a very different type of BVI than we're used to. But again, the entire world is a different world right now.
Yeah, well,
Um,
the thing is that there are a lot of some Caribbean islands have opened and are still open to the U.S. market. Although, quite frankly, I don't know long that will last, given the infection levels that are happening in Florida and
yes.
elsewhere. But BVI, as you said, is at this point remains closed.
Yes, remains closed, and we're hopeful again. I know that our government is looking at the world situation and looking at what's happening and hoping to learn lessons from that. And meanwhile, we're getting things ready, of course, for when the islands reopen, because we know that persons will want to social distance, and here's a perfect place to do it actually.
No, absolutely. Now tell us a little bit about this new company you have, the new destination management company, White Oleander Destinations. What does it offer in terms of destinations, or what will it offer when all this is over?
Yes.
Hotels and resorts, tours, and activities.
Yes, it's been a very, as I said, an interesting time to actually to start a destination management company and
Yeah,
walk
probably the
and
worst
walk
possible time, right?
exactly, and to walk right into the face of COVID. But I saw a niche in the British Virgin Islands, especially for the smaller islands, in being able to offer a very luxurious and personalized type of information service and DMC as it relates to the British Virgin Islands. We are a bit, different to get to. There are so many different islands. You don't know, well, can I take a jet there? How can I get there? So those are some of the things that I saw the need for. And to be able to guide, whether it's the guest, the tour operator, the travel agent, into making the best decisions for their clients. And again, with me working with the best vendors possible to provide that service here in the British Virgin Islands.
Now, a lot of people may know you. You were the former director of the British Virgin Islands Tourism Bureau. Uh, um,
Yes.
you can tell us a little bit about your background.
Oh, well, my background, my father used to say I'm a rolling stone who gathered no moss. But my background, I studied hospitality management with a concentration in tourism in Las Vegas, of all places. I went to UNLV. Worked in New York for a little bit at with Hilton International, on the World.
Oh, wow.
Came back to the British Virgin Islands. Worked in the family business. Worked with American Eagle as their station manager here in Virgin Gorda when they flew in, and spent about 12 years with Rosewood Hotels and Resorts as their rooms director and then HR director. And the government kind of stole me away from Rosewood, and I worked with the BVI Tourist Board as their director for 8 years, with a focus on having a better guest service experience for the destination in terms of from the point of arrival in the BVI, it should be a wow experience. So I've essentially wanted to, now that I'm changing my journey, so to speak, as it relates to tourism, to be able to do that, for on a more personal level. So that's a little bit um, of my background. I like to say I've kind of touched on a little of everything as it relates to hospitality.
No, that's great. You really have touched all the bases from airlines to hotels to destinations. You have it all, actually. So
And it
that
helps. I think, it gives a perspective, a unique perspective in knowing, yes, this is the request that the guest wants. How can we make that happen?
yeah. Now, my understanding is you've actually started this company this year, right?
Actually started at the end of last
Oh,
year.
you did.
Started like,
Okay, just so it was
yeah.
before all this, so you weren't anticipating this.
No, I was anticipating having a great year, started to make some nice contacts, and then COVID came, and we said, well, okay, let's kind of, get in there for the ride and see what happens.
Yeah. Now, so you've sort of been riding this out to see when, and I assume you're kind of you've developed your possible itineraries and your supplier base, and how are you going to put all these things together during this time, I hope.
Yes, it's given me some time as well too, since there's a little bit of downtime to look at specially curated tours, bespoke itineraries, how to make the guest experience a little different, how to incorporate the culture, how to incorporate the nature of the island as well as the history. So those are some of the things that I've been working on.
Now, what kind of customers are you targeting for when you're going to have customers targeting for white oleander? For that matter, what kind of travel advisor do you want to work with?
Essentially, I'm targeting the luxury traveler and the luxury travel advisor and tour operator, because that is the client base for the British Virgin Islands. So that's where my focus will be.
Okay, so you want to do luxury Caribbean specialist. I assume some luxury
Yes,
groups and things like that, which would be great. Um,
yes.
now we talked a little bit about the conditions in the British Virgin Islands, but you are closed. But how have the islands been dealing with the COVID-19 crisis so far?
I think that for the most part we made the right decisions early on to that the most important thing is the safety and the health of the residents, and this would augur well for the future in terms of when tourism comes back. All of our locals are very in tune with the idea of no mask, no service, the idea that we need to wear a mask to protect others as ourselves, and the importance of the personal and safety hygiene. So I think we've made the good decisions early on. From an economic standpoint, yes, it is challenging, but I have something that I say that what good is wealth if you don't have health?
Yeah.
So it's most important to safeguard the health first, and then we can worry about the other pieces after.
Well, I know that this has probably been devastating to the BVI and all those islands in the Caribbean that depend on tourism, and it is number one industry. And we just hope that at some point, maybe at the end of this year or beginning of the season next year, that things can come back and you can get. Now, are you able to get customers from, say, Britain now?
No, right now we're completely closed. The
Okay.
uh, the only persons that are admitted back into the BVI right now, and there's a rigorous pre-application process, would be returning nationals or BVI landers, as we call them. Those are the only ones who are permitted to return. And once they return, they actually have to go into quarantine for 14 days at pre-approved facilities with government.
Okay, I got it.
So basically, completely closed to the outside right now.
Now, let's go back to your company. I mean, obviously, you were thrown a bit of a curve after you started, and you're starting in this environment. But what do you hope for the future for White Oleander destinations? What do you hope? How do you hope to grow your company?
I think once I know that tourism is so resilient that the business will come back. It's a matter of being prepared for when it does. So right now it's a matter of networking, speaking to to the agents, speaking to the tour operators, letting them know what services we provide, who we're working with. I've currently started to work with a villa management company here in Virgin Gorda that has a portfolio of 20 luxury villas. So it's to again reach out to the industry, let them know there is product that your customer, your client base is interested in. And at the same time, being on the ground here in the BVI, working with my preferred vendors to say, you need to look at your protocols, you need to look at your safety and hygiene so that I can share with the industry, the travel industry on the outside, who's our client base. You know what? I'm a reputable company to deal with. White Oleander Destinations works with the best vendors that they can in the BVI. And we've taken COVID into consideration because it is something that we know we're going to have to live with. It's not going away anytime soon. So how can we mitigate those challenges?
Well, certainly, you're taking all that in account, and starting a company in the midst of this is admirable and scary. But I think it also, as you said, it might have given you a little more time, but hopefully not too much
Yeah.
more time
No,
for
no.
everybody before everybody be back again. And I actually have been to Virgin Gorda, although I will say
Wonderful.
I was there on a cruise a couple times, small ship cruise, and
Yes.
it was absolutely marvelous. And it's a wonderful place and a great place to vacation, and hopefully will be so in the future. Now, is there anything else you want to get out to our? We have 100,000 travel advisors we go out to every day, 5 days a week, in the
Yes.
U.S. And yeah, and also if you could tell the travel advisors how to get in touch with you too.
Yes, I just wanted to let the travel advisors know that you have a friend in the British Virgin Islands who knows the British Virgin Islands inside out. And if it is that I don't know, I can definitely find out how to get in touch with me. Very easy. My website is whiteoleanderdestinations.com. That's whiteoleanderdestinations.com. And to reach me direct, again, it's info@whiteoleanderdestinations.com.
That's great. Well, Sharon, thank you very much for taking the time. I wish I was with you in the BVI right now. I've been, as you know, I've been stuck in my apartment here for a few weeks.
Yes,
So
but that'll change, and then you put us back on your bucket list so that the first trip that you take, it is a trip to the British Virgin Islands and to Virgin Gorda in particular.
there you go. You got a deal. I'm happy to do that. But again, thank you for taking the time. And I wish you all the best of luck with the new company. And this too shall pass.
Yes, this too shall pass, and you stay safe. Everyone, please stay safe.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.